Miami, Florida, and the brutal slaying of fashion designer Gianni Versace has rocked America. He is the latest victim of a 3-month, 5-state bloody rampage. What had driven Andrew Cunanan to commit his killing spree? And as the Miami police tracked him in the aftermath of the Versace murder, would they catch him before he killed again? 9:41 p.m., August the 31st, 1969. National City, California. Andrew Cunanan was born the youngest of 4. Indulged by his parents, Cunanan was brought up in modest surroundings to a Filipino father and devoutly religious mother in a crime-ridden suburb of San Diego County.
They were not of terrific means by any stretch of the imagination. Pete Cunanan, his father, was a stockbroker. His mother, Mary Ann Cunanan, she was a bit of a doting mother.
It was only when his mother, Mary Ann, inherited some money from her father that the family were able to afford to move slightly upmarket to an area that wasn't as dangerous, wasn't as dirty.
From the start, his father in particular encouraged the young Andrew to be status conscious and instilled in him a sense of self-confidence that would last a lifetime. Andrew Cunanan's first day at high school was not in rough National City, but in one of California's wealthiest seaside communities.
Like many immigrant parents, they wanted their son to have a better life than they had had in the home country, and they were willing to sacrifice and be sort of submissive and subservient to Andrew so that he could have the lifestyle that they would wish for their progeny.
The esteemed Bishops was one of the country's top college prep schools and a breeding ground for future movers and shakers.
I remember Andrew at Bishops. I remember hearing his laugh, and we immediately hit it off. He was really kind of a card.
He was determined that his classmates who came from rich families wouldn't know how poor his own family was.
Cunanan's school fees were in fact stretching his parents' finances to the limit.
And that meant that he created more and more stories about himself and tried to give the impression that he came from the sort of high upper-class family that, of course, he didn't come from.
Andrew lived in a bit of a fantasy world. For example, he pretended like he was Sebastian from Brideshead Revisited. He'd carry a teddy bear around campus. This need to conceal and to act, basically, and be on stage all the time continued through the end of our friendship at Bishops.
Cunanan's charisma and good looks were powerful, and he wasn't afraid to use either.
He had the ability to charm, and he became quite a manipulative young man.
The warning signs of the man Andrew Cunanan was to become were already there.
His psychopathic tendencies started at that early age because he became adept at being a shallow face, a different persona for what the situation required.
Andrew had a gay veneer. That was part of his persona. So the effeminate or androgynous even, perhaps, look that he had was all designed to convey the impression, I think, that he was gay.
If you think about Andrew taken to his logical conclusion, Liberace comes to mind, Elton John comes to mind. He was basically the center of the universe on campus. He was a giant explosion of personality.
But soon the stage at Bishops wasn't enough for Andrew Cunanan.